I recently happened to watch a couple of videos of Denis Noble. His views on evolution were very interesting. That's why I thought of making a video with a comment on his theory. Um, in his one of his video was posted in theories of everything with Kurt Jaimungal. There he explained like evolution as it is being taught in universities as the driving force for the evolution is like a natural selection and then random mutation that drives the evolution in the long run. But what Denis Noble says is that that is not the case. The determination of the species, the life, the day-to-day life of those species, their activities, that determines the evolution in the long run. I thought that's very interesting concept. And then so another video I saw is like uh, Institute of Arts and Ideas, where he explained the same thing, like genes are not the blueprint of life. It's what they determine in their life that drives the evolution. So in that view, I happened to revisit my earlier theory where I posted in PJ preprints in 2018 and then revised it in 2019. So this is the abstract of the theory. In summary, what the theory is like species which eat large chunks of food, they evolved into egg laying, and then the species which chew the food into small pieces, they evolved into gestation. That's because large pieces of meal that requires lot of gastrointestinal acids to break them down into molecular level, that generates the heat. So the additional excess amount of internal heat is not conducive for the gestation, because uterus is just next to the stomach. So the heat, it's not conducive for the prolonged nurture of the fetus. So that's why when the species um, chewing the food, they adapted to gestation, and then the one which eats large amount of meal, large pieces of meal, adapted to just egg laying. So so in the beginning we could think of like the species all were gestation, and then slowly some of the species evolved into egg laying, or we could think of all species of egg laying, and then slowly some species diverged as gestation. But most of the data, when you look at the genes for the teeth, they're also present in the bird species, and basically it kind of evolved into beak, or in the case of crocodile, kind of teeth that can tear the pieces into small pieces, but they don't have molar teeth to chew them into small pieces. So mm, based on that, we can think that like all the species, vertebrates, were in the beginning gestation, and then probably due to competition for the food, like within the species vertebrates, some are vegetarian herbivores, and then some are meat eaters. So when meat eaters had the competition for the food, they started like they need to grab like large amount of meal, right? So they when you start chewing it, it takes time. So they grab large pieces and then try to ingest as a whole. So that's how they slowly evolved. They lost the molar, because when you're not using the molar teeth, they kind of transform into something else. So when they're not chewing the food, so they slowly lost their teeth, and transformed their teeth into something else, and then so they at the same time their gestation period slowly decreased day by day, and then finally became 1 day. So that's how the species diverged from gestation to egg laying. So that theory is also supports the enigma of which came first, the riddle. We all say that chicken or egg, which came first. So it's very difficult when you look at the species as they are right now, because birds are separate, and then gestation species are separate, and then when you look at the chicken, the egg, without egg chicken won't come, right? And without chicken egg won't come, so you can't answer the question. But when you look at the evolutionary point of view, when you take my theory into consideration, so everything was gestation in the beginning, and then the meat eaters started to eat large chunks of food when the competition was there for the food. So slowly they lost their molar teeth, and gestation slowly reduced, and then came to a 1 day of gestation. So that's where you can say that the chicken was there first, and then it reduced its gestation and finally laid a egg in a gestation period for 1 day. So a chicken came first, and then egg came later. So that's how you can solve that riddle as well. And then one important another note I want to share is in ancient Indian texts, when a caterpillar is within a cocoon, the only thought in its mind is, I want to have wings, I want to have wings. That is what um, on its mind. So then slowly, because of its desire, and then what it's been thinking, that determination transformed its genes and its body into a butterfly, and then comes out of cocoon as a butterfly with the wings. It could be in one of Ramayana or Mahabharata or Bhagavatam. In one of those texts, I think I remember reading a reference to that one. So it could be right, or it could be you could agree or not agree about that one. But keeping that aside, so I agree with Denis Noble's theory that the determination of the species um, drives the evolution in a long time periods, not random selection. You can just random selection, natural selection, and random mutations cannot create a species of same kind for a long run. If it is random mutation, we would have millions of species, so many variations, so many different species. But we have always only limited number of species. They are going in kind of in one direction. So that kind of gives a clue that it's the determination of the species, and the way they behavior, their day-to-day activities, that determines the evolution in the long run. I thought that is an important note I thought of sharing when I read that, when I watched those videos of the Denis Noble. So yeah, I thought if people find it interesting, that's why I'm sharing this one. Thank you.